You are now listening to Talk Your Jits podcast.
Welcome back to the Talk Your Jits podcast. This podcast is, as the name implies, all about jiu-jitsu. I'm your host, Lamar Smith, and today's guest is a purple belt who trains at TCB Fight Factory located in Rogers, Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Crow.
How's it going?
What's up, brother?
Living the dream.
Yes, sir. Well, first and foremost, man, I would like to... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just about to say, thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate you taking some time out today and talking some jiu-jitsu with me.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Well, without further ado, man, let's get the ball rolling. If you want to formally introduce yourself again, by all means, and let's hear your jiu-jitsu journey.
Oh, man. I'm not good at introducing myself, but I'm Michael. I train at TCB, Rogers, Arkansas. And, purple belt. I got one leg. Makes it interesting. That's about all I got.
All right, well, let's hear about your jiu-jitsu journey, man. How did we get here?
Well, I started training when I was like 16, but it was mostly boxing. I didn't really do much jiu-jitsu. It was kind of like spur of the moment. We didn't really do ranking either. It was just kind of like, hey, we're doing jiu-jitsu today after striking. And then took a break for a while. And then just recently I got back into jiu-jitsu, and I've been going at it for a year and a half consistently now. So here we are. That's how when I started was when I was 16, and now I'm 29. So 13 years off and on. But like I said, it was mostly striking. And then as I got older, I was like, man, I don't want to get hit no more. So transition to jiu-jitsu makes it a lot easier.
Gotcha. He said, I don't want to get punched anymore. Let's just do something different.
Yes. Yeah. That was my thought.
Yeah, I mean, that's everybody's thought. Like I've tried different martial arts. I've done boxing, and I saw someone. I don't know. It was a boxing, like kickboxing type deal. I saw a guy get kicked in the face up close, and I was like, yeah, that's not for me.
Yeah, I'll come corner fights, but fighting again, yeah, it's not for me. I'll help you corner, but that's about it.
Yeah, me too. Like I had a friend, a training partner who fights in MMA, and I'll corner him, every now and then. And yeah, that's it. That's like the closest I get. As much as I love martial arts and training myself, like, yeah, that's not nothing I was really appealed to.
Your brain appreciates you.
Yes, I bet it does.
The most damage my brain takes is the spazzy white belt. That's about it.
I know, right? Being not tapping fast enough for the spazzy white belt. That's usually the enough brain damage I would like to endure.
Yeah, I was rolling with this one white belt last night, and I was on his back, just holding like a Kimura grip from the back, and he reached both hands up and grabbed the back of my head and like tried to front flip. Oh man, I landed right on my head. I was like, all right, now you're gonna stay in an arm bar for the rest of the round. Just enough pressure to be uncomfortable, but not enough to tap.
Gotcha. I mean, that's so, I don't know what to call it, but I mean, stuff like that happens. Never got spiked. Now that I think about it, as long as I've been training, I'm happy. But I've face planted a couple times because I would go for like a choke and yes. I don't want to let go, and they try to like fall forward. So I'm like, okay, do I let the choke go, or do I brace my fall? I'm like, no, I'll just let my face catch the mats and
yeah. Whatnot. I did that here recently too. I was on my coach's back, and he started shucking me off forward, and I was like, I'm not letting go. So I just went face first. That was it. I let go after that.
That happens so many times, man, where it was just like you have it in, and it's like even from side control, someone trying to like buck you forward, and you like, okay, do I let this go? So you just hold on like this, and you're just like,
But you got head post. It's on purpose.
Yeah, I know, right? It was accidentally on purpose, but
Yep, that's how it works.
yeah, but hey, but it works though, right? So so I know I saw a picture of you on I think it was BJJ Fanatics, and I noticed you know you're talking about you have 1 foot now, and that's always been like a intriguing thing to me when I see people who have like lost a foot, an arm, or hand or something, and they compete and they still train as hard as a lot of guys. So was that something that happened over time, or was you born like that, or
I was hit by a train when I was 10, so I've never done jujitsu any other way. It's the only way I've ever known, you know.
wow? So it
But
hasn't.
luckily, I've had coach of the gym I train at is probably, I mean, it is for sure the most like intense gym in our area, being in
Mhm,
Northwest Arkansas. We have a lot of gyms around here, but in like the Northwest Arkansas area, it's definitely the most intense. And it's like the head coach Aaron Kimball, he's real big on not giving up, and there's no excuses for anything. Like certain like triangles, I can triangle, but I don't have the other leg to lock it down, so I'll use my hand instead to create the choking pressure.
mhm.
So luckily I ran into him, and he's really instilled that, like, it doesn't matter one leg or no leg, you're gonna do it regardless if you want to or not. You're gonna figure out a way to do it. And he's a two-stripe black belt, so he's been around for a while. So I'm the first amputee he's worked with in jiu-jitsu, but we've been making it work. And my other coach, Jason, he helped me a lot too. And but yeah, it's just one of them things where it doesn't matter. Jiu-jitsu is for everybody. That's what everyone says. I'm starting to believe that.
No, it is for everybody, man. Young, old, no matter whatever the status is. I personally do feel like it's for everybody. May not be to the intensity that for us,
Mhm.
but it
Yeah,
it's
you got your different
it has a
guys.
place for everybody.
The fitness guys, the hobbyists, and then competition guys and stuff. Like I said, luckily, I'm lucky to have the coaches I have, because we have, well, let me think. We have like 4 different jujitsu coaches that I work with, 2 black belts, no, 5 jujitsu coaches. We got 3 brown belts and 2 black belts that I work with, and it's all we all put off the same energy. It doesn't matter. Just get it done. And I've just been lucky to have that group of people. Never, because I know other amputees as well, not just in jujitsu, but just in everyday life, and it's a lot of like, oh, I can't do that. And we
Hmm.
don't allow that kind of mentality, which I'm grateful for in the long run. At the beginning, I wasn't. I was like, nah, man, I just want to quit. They're like, there ain't no quitting. You're here.
Right, because I
So,
was going to ask, say what I mean, obviously the rally behind your coaches, but like what made you stick around? Because you're a purple belt, you're halfway there, so
mhm.
you got to have some type of love for it.
Well, that's funny. I was actually talking to one of my coaches about that. And it's so like I said, I started in about 2011 ish, 2000. I don't know. I was 16. I was like 13 years ago, whenever that was. Yeah, 2010, 2011. And when I started, like I said, we just did jujitsu randomly. It wasn't really like a staple that we did, and we definitely didn't do any rank. It was just train. And when I first like came back about a year and a half ago, like really consistent, because I was like sporadic, training, but now I've been consistent. And within the year and a half, I went from a no stripe white belt to a purple belt within a year and a half. So, and I'm beating black belts and stuff. So now here we are. I just like it. It's like when you're training, there's no stress. No worry about the kids or the bills or having one leg. You just go in there and you roll, and it's like a constant break. It's constant vacation while at home. That's why I
Yeah,
like
I know,
about it.
right? It's the what you want to call it. It's the finding peace within the chaos.
Hmm. The only thing I don't like is when people don't cut their fingernails. That's what this is from. Is a fingernail.
Jeez,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I got one on my eyelid too, right there.
Oh God, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who it was. It was on a Sunday. There was like 20 people, so and we don't
Nah,
really do
yeah.
rest rounds. When the bell rings, you just go to the next person.
I love it, dude. I love that. But man, just like we have a sign like on the door, like right before you walk in to get to the mats. Are your nails clipped? Because, yeah, man. Because it's like it's not only to keep whatever like germs and stuff, but it's like yeah, you're rolling and your hands are just flying all over the place. People getting scratched and cut, and clothes getting ripped, and it's not fun, man.
And fingernails are nasty.
Fingernails are nasty.
They're nasty.
Because like
they hold everything.
They hold everything. People, you've been itching and scratching everything before you got on the mats because you're human, so it happens. But yeah, clip your nails. That's how infections and stuff happen.
Yeah. Staph, that's bad. We don't want staph.
No.
Especially right in the middle of your forehead.
I've heard gyms shutting down because of staph infections, and yeah, we make sure like you said, nails, toenails and fingernails are cut, and we clean the mats every day.
Oh yeah, our head coach Aaron, he's very he's like a hawk. If you walk in with like a pimple or something, he sees it. He's like, "What's that?" And he'll inspect it real quick, make sure that's not staph. Yeah, he's on it. He don't care. He'll tell you to go home.
For real. Hey, I don't blame him, man, because you can't be too cautious, not especially nowadays.
Yeah.
So with you training as an amputee, like have you ever like had to keep reminding people to like, hey, don't take it easy on me, like roll like you really gonna roll?
Yeah, actually that happened. I think all right, it's gonna be like two parts here. So like one time I went to a competition and one of the refs, it was an AGF, and one of the refs was like, hey, do you want to start sitting to get like fair, make it fair? And I'm like, no, man, don't treat me no different. Like, I'm going to pull guard anyway, so I'm going to sit anyway, but I'm not going to start sitting. But I've talked to sorry, I got 3 kids and they're running around.
No, that's okay.
I've talked to my coach, Jason, about that. It's like, I wonder, because I've gotten really fast submissions sometimes, 4, 5, 6 seconds. And I'm like, and we talk, we're like, maybe we just catch them off guard. I just catch them off guard. They're like, I really don't know what to do. And the next thing you know, I'm like hooked to a leg and it's too late. They're stuck. So I think sometimes I might play into it as they're like cautious. They don't really know what to do. They're like, can I touch this or not? But message to everyone, dude, do what you want, Do what you want. Don't treat, I think that's a big thing is don't treat anyone different. They're there to compete just like you are, If they didn't want to compete, they wouldn't be there.
That's right.
That's how I feel about it.
I mean, because like I guess people look at it almost like it's just like an injury, like oh don't touch that side, or is it okay to go that way? But yeah, I always wondered that like do they try to give like I was like special rules, but like do you want to start in a certain position because of XYZ, or do you want to start standing?
Mm-hmm. So. No, they never. I've only had them ask that one time, but yeah, I think it'd be kind of. To me personally, everyone's different. To me, I think it's more like offensive to be like, hey, do you want to start sitting down? It's like if they don't ask for it, you don't ask for it,
Right.
Because I ref for Fuji and stuff, and anytime someone comes on, hey man, you're here, start standing, just pull guard, you'd be okay.
All right, because that kind of almost kind of discredit your abilities and your skill. Right. Like you're not. It's not like you're fresh off the street walking into a gym and like, hey, I want to compete. Like you're a purple belt, so you've been around for a while to know. Like, yeah, I know how to fight around this, so to speak.
Right.
So yeah. I would think that would be like a slap in the face a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm like, no, man. Do you start sitting? That's how I feel. I'm like, if you're not going to start sitting, I'm not going to start sitting. But if we both want to start sitting, I'm going to be there anyway. So it's all right. I'll let you on top.
Oh man. So how often do you get to do you compete?
I try to compete like 2-3 times a month if I can. The more, the better.
Now, you prefer gi or no gi?
No gi.
I was like,
No
you look
gi.
like a no gi guy.
Yeah, no gi. You heard leg locks and you're like, oh, no gi. Yeah, we train gi, but just not enough. Not enough. Not to
Yeah.
compete anyway, because like I've done 4 super fights, and 2 of them were in gi. I won one of them, and I lost one of them. And after that, I was like, if we're not training this all the time, I don't want to compete in a gi no more. So I've just been strictly no gi. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're fine.
My buddy just came home from the gym to get his dog.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
We go to the same gym and we live next door to each other. And earlier his dog escaped and I seen him, so I brought him over here and he just got home from the gym.
That's dope.
What were we talking about? Oh, gi, yes. Gi
Oh yeah, we're talking about gi versus no gi, yeah. And
yeah.
Our school is like different. It's the opposite. Like we're a predominantly like a gi dependent school. So, and I've been really falling in love with no gi.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like those those few and far days where we do get to train no gi. It's like yes.
Yeah, we have a full few schools in the area that just do pretty much gi only. Like we have Alliance here, so they're a pretty big gi only gym. But yeah, we usually just train gi in the wintertime, really. That's about it. But like our gym's a little different. Like I said, we have a high intensity and we also train a lot of like real life scenarios. So wintertime, a gi is like a jacket. So we'll train gi in the wintertime. So, if someone is just training for self-defense, they'll have the same grips for a jacket as they do a gi. So in the wintertime, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And plus it's cold outside. And it's cold in the gym. So wearing a gi helps.
Yeah, gi, a hoodie. Mm-hmm. Everything. I've never had to wear it. We've had some cold days in the gym, but not to the point where I had to put on a hoodie. Like definitely a long sleeve.
It gets pretty cold in our gym sometimes, and I think our coach just likes to torture us, is what it is.
Oh yeah, especially the summer.
Yeah,
we get it the worst in the summer.
Yeah, we do too. It's hard. It's hot in Arkansas.
Yeah, I bet
it's like 103 today, I think.
Oof.
That's not even with humidity. That was just the temperature itself.
I can't imagine walking outside in 103 weather.
With 100% humidity. It feels like someone put a wet rag on your face.
No. Nope. I mean, we've had hot days here in Detroit, but nothing to that extent.
Yeah, I went and competed in Colorado, I think last month, and it was like 96 there, but it was super dry. There was no humidity. And me and my wife and the couple guys that came with us that are from Arkansas, they're all like wearing hoodies and stuff, and everyone from Colorado is staring at them crazy. We're like, man, there's no humidity, so it felt good. To me, it felt good. It felt like 70 something. So it's weird going state to state. I will say, competing in Colorado, it tested my cardio a little bit. It was a little challenging. Just the elevation was a lot different than here.
Yeah.
That was a struggle. And to toe hold the black belt, he was a struggle as well.
So I never had to do that. Like I never went to like different places where like the elevation was different. So I mean, with you competing a lot as often as you do, like how do you prepare for that? Like for that type of situations.
I just stay ready. I just stay ready all the time. We just
stay ready, so don't have to get ready.
Yeah, our coach always say, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
Stay ready, don't have to get ready.
Yeah, that's my motto.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you train how you fight. So we'll being a high level competitor, you want to stay stay consistent with that. So I understand, I get it.
And we train like very intense. Like we're not, obviously we're not hurting each other, but we do high intensity, high pace rounds. With everyone in the gym. So you'll be rolling, of course, with guys who are like 120 pounds, and then guys who are 240 pounds, anywhere from white belt to black belt. So you're getting all kinds of range. And like I said, we really don't do rest rounds either. So when we do our open mat, it's 2 hours long, so it's pretty much 2 hours of constant rolling, unless you just sit out a round or two. But then someone's gonna say, "Hey man, how many rounds did you sit out? You're past your limit of rest rounds." That's a big thing. Ours is cardio. You don't ever get tired. The skill is there. You just got to make sure the cardio is there. Cardio's up to you. Skill's up to the coach. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna teach you the technique and skill, but that's up to you. How long your cardio is gonna last? How hard are you training?
Oh yeah.
If you're cutting corners training, then it's gonna show up in competition. It always does.
Yeah. Because I talked about this before, but I went to another school and they're a high level competition school, and our school is more so like I guess you want to say more about like a hobbyist, because not anybody at our school compete besides me now. But yeah, went over there to do some cross training, and man, they were go mode like from the time class started to the end, and I'm like, hey, I'm not used to this. I mean, I gotta admit, I set out maybe like a couple rounds, but they were doing like 5-minute rounds. They were just going.
Yeah, we do.
Going.
On Sundays, we do anywhere from 5 to 10-minute rounds, and then but same thing. We've had people come in like. Our gym, really, we don't do much cross training at other gyms, but we'll have people come into our gym and train some. And yeah, same thing. Like halfway through, they're like, "Oh my god, wait, this is how you guys train every day?" Yeah, this is normal to us. Like I said, it's hot. Then our coach don't turn on the AC. It's hot.
Yeah, I think I remember like one of the first times my instructor, he did that. It was summer, and it was just like real thick, like the air was just real thick in the gym, and we're like, we're rolling, and like, man, we didn't want to say nothing, but we're like, man, it's hot in here, and it's like we looking like, hey, yo, can we turn the air on? Is the air on? He was like, no, ain't nothing on. We working today.
He said, I'm saving an electric bill.
He's like, set the clock. He's like, I could turn the heat on. I'm like, nah, man, this is good enough. Like we got on these thick pajamas and rolling with like you said, big people, and going round after round. Yeah, that's worse than ain't nothing worse than that, man.
It's good for your cardio though. It's good cardio.
It is good for your cardio. We haven't done that in a while too.
Well, he's gonna watch this and now he's gonna do it.
I know, right? He's gonna hear like, so you missed those, huh? Like, no, what are you talking about?
You're like, no, I was lying. I was just talking.
Like I was just talking shit, man. He brought it up and I mentioned it. That was it. I don't want no smoke. But nah, because we've been thinking about adding like a competition class, because I compete now, and we got a couple white belts who've been considered competing. So we've been trying to think of what can we do to really drive it and make it stick. And I think that was going to be one of the things that we need to do is like a straight hard cardio class, and just like you said, like just rounds and rounds of rolling and just nonstop.
See, our gym, we don't have separate classes. Everyone's with everyone. And our coach Aaron, he's real, like, when I very first started training, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh man, I need to be in a beginner's class. I don't know nothing. Then he's like, the only way you're going to get good is by training with people who are good. You're not going to get better by training with people who suck just as bad as you do. You're going to get better training with the people who are better than you. So that's pretty much what we do. Like we have our gym is predominantly a striking gym. We're not really a jiu-jitsu gym that much. But like I said, he's a 2-stripe black belt. And then we have another black belt and then 3 brown belts. And so we have good jiu-jitsu, I mean, I show that a little bit. No, I'm just running my mouth. I'm just kidding. But our strikings is mostly what our gym is. Like we have 2 national kickboxing champions, and we have a few people going to fight at the kickboxing world championship this Saturday in Atlanta. So hopefully, I think there's 5 or 6 guys going to fight at Worlds this weekend. So nice. I'm sure we'll have 5 or 6 world champions coming home.
I believe it, man. I believe it, dude.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Like jiu-jitsu side, I'm the most active competitor that we have. And like that's kind of what I'm trying to do is like show people, Arkansas does have good jiu-jitsu. Of course, we have Bryce Mitchell and AJ Cunningham and those guys. But that's like Little Rock. Everyone knows Little Rock with Rolly Delgado and TJ Brown. Yeah, TJ Brown. But Northwest Arkansas, we don't really get any attention. The home of Walmart. No one cares about the home of Walmart. I'm trying to get some attention to that. That one leg guy doing jiu-jitsu. That's what I'm trying to do.
Hey man, I mean you're on the right path of doing it, man. You're going out there, you're working hard, competing. It's gonna happen eventually. It has to, right?
It has to. Yeah. The only issue I run into sometimes is like I try and get on these super fights, and they'll be in Houston or Dallas or wherever, and they'll be like, "Oh, locals only," and I'm like, "Oh, come on, man. I train at TCB Dallas. I'll be a local for the day. I don't care." And they're like, "We don't want to pay for travel." I'm like, "You don't have to pay for nothing. I'll get me there. I'll compete. You don't even got to pay me if I win. I just want to get my name out there. You like what you see, have me back. If you don't, then you don't lose nothing.
And some people don't believe that, people still have that pure intentions of, I just want to do what I love. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not here for the money, or I'm not here for whatever. Like it's something I want to do. I love it. So just let me fight.
That's it. And I have 3 kids and everything. So like trying to set an example of what, like, if you want to do something, do it. Even if people say like, "Oh, that's not gonna happen," because even like some like they're my friends, but sometimes they're not very encouraging. They're like, "Bro, we're from Arkansas. Like, this ain't going nowhere." I'm like, "Dude, it's gonna go somewhere. It has to. It has no choice because I'm here."
Mm-hmm.
I'll go. Right. That's why I said I stay ready all the time. Anytime anyone wants to compete, I'm there. You don't even got to pay me. Just show me on TV. That's it.
Yeah, it just takes that one time, man.
Someone just got to have someone see it. That's someone who's a someone,
Right. Yeah, man. I got two kids myself. I have 2 daughters, and yeah, just trying to set that example of, you can do it if you really want to do it. You put your mind to it, and it can be done. And prime example today, we were just drilling like back rolls and stuff. And she's trying, and she keeps messing up. So she's like you can start seeing in her face that she's like getting disappointed, the eyes starting to water. So I'm like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "I can't do it." So I was like, "Okay." I was like, I told her, "Teach me how to do a back row." And she's like, and she just went to go do it. I said, No, don't just do it. Teach me how to do a back row.
Show me how to do it.
I was like, "Show me how to do it. Like, teach me how to do it." So she sat down. I was like, "Where you start?" She sat down. I was like, "Where do your head belong? Where does this belong?" And she, she did it, boom, boom. And then the back row. And she wanted to be mad so bad. But she's like, you can see like the crook of her mouth starting to curl up. I'm like, "Yo, be happy. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it." That just shows.
My daughter just started training too.
Oh, that's awesome. I was like, you were ready to say that you can't do it. I saw it. But we're not ready to do that.
That's like I guess lucky for me. I don't know if you'd say lucky, but I do have one leg. So a lot of times when my kids are like, "I can't do it. I can't do it." I'm like, "Dude, you can do it. I promise you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it." And that kind of, they just stare at me. They're like, "All right, man, if you're going to keep bringing up the one leg card, I ain't talking to you no more." They're like, "Let me complain. Let me say I can't do it." Like last night we were at the gym. We were working. My coach Jason was showing a lockdown from half guard, and I was like, "Yeah, man. There's like, I hate to say it, but I can't do that. I don't got 2 feet. I can't do a lockdown."
Like any questions? Like, yeah, little problem here.
Yeah, it's funny because he, of course, he knows what he's going to teach every time he comes in, but I have no idea what he's going to teach. And so like he'll start demonstrating. He'll look over at me. He'll be like, "I'm sorry, Crow, you can't do this one." And I'm like, "All right, that's okay. We'll figure something out."
There's always a workaround.
Yeah,
there's always a workaround. No, but that's cool, man. Your daughter starting to train. Cause she's been doing it for a few months now. And I was nervous because this was something new for her. And I'm like, I don't want to see her get hurt. And I know she's in good hands because, well, I'm her instructor, so she'll be totally fine. But it's still because she talks about competing because she saw me compete, so she's like, oh, I want to compete. So it's like,
How old is she?
7.
Oh yeah, mine's 5. Yeah,
So
we're gonna give her a year or two before we let her compete.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a little minute because there's a lot of still a lot of basics that we have to go over.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's a long road before I feel like we will be comfortable enough to let you compete because you don't even like being touched to do arm locks.
Mm-hmm.
Like she trembles at the idea of doing any type of submissions. I'm like, well,
That's part of it.
newsflash, lady, it's part of it. Like I'm like, I gotta do it. Mommy gotta do it.
My
And I'm
daughter
like,
is my daughter's a super villain, man. She loves submissions. I don't know what it is. She's in demon time. That's what she is.
that's like my 3-year-old. I'm waiting for her to get once she gets a little bit older. I think she's gonna be the one that's gonna just take off with it because she's feisty.
Yeah.
It's always the second child, man. She is very, very feisty.
Yeah, she's the second one. That makes sense. Yeah.
Like my oldest, like she knows the stuff. Like I even have her lead warm up sometimes, but she knows the stuff, but she's just like so scared to do things because she don't want to hurt nobody or she don't want to get hurt. But my youngest,
full send.
she gonna be ready. She's just gonna be straight. Got it. Boom. Go mode. Broken arm. Like let's slow down. Let's slow down.
Luckily, our we train at home a little bit. But being her dad, she's like, I just want to play. I don't want to learn. I just want to play. I just want to armbar you and call it a night. But luckily at the gym, we have a really high level purple belt. He teaches kids class, and he's awesome with kids. He's real patient, a lot better than me. Kids get me frustrated. I'm like, hey, listen, I ain't telling you again. They're like spinning in circles and stuff. I'm like, get over here.
It's so hard sometimes to separate like instructor from dad. Because like you don't want to like yell at the kids. You don't want to like just be. You want to be stern, but you want to be stern in a way that it doesn't make you like you trying to like punish them. So I'll be we'll be in class and like we were trying to get to the warm ups and they're taking forever and I'd be like, it's just me ready to throw them across the room. I'm like, nope.
Warm ups are over. Come on.
I know, right? You know what? Let's just get to the kids. This is like y'all dying from 4 laps. Let's just get to the technique. Let's get to whatever we want to teach and let's just go, man. But they're awesome, man. I love it. I love teaching kids class because it's just the excitement you see on their faces when they get a technique right. So
yeah,
it's fun, man. It's fun. I hope she sticks with it. I hope she grows to love it like I as much as I do.
Yeah, me too. That's what my hope is. Even if she doesn't want to compete or anything like that, just the the family that the gym produces, because like you'll meet people in the gym and they'll be your friends for the rest of their life, rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
that's how our gym is. Like my coach Jason, like I said, I've had 4 super fights and they've been 3 to 6 hours away, and he's been to pretty much every single one of them. And when I win, it's awesome, and when I lose, he's still there. Even when I'm like, I could cry and fight someone right now at the same time. I don't know how to deal with both these emotions. He's like, let's get some sushi. Let's have sushi. I'm like, all right, that's a good idea. So it's awesome having him around. Yeah, and then of course Aaron. He's the first one to instill that mentality of keep going, the family mentality.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but like me personally, I didn't grow up like in the best household ever. And a lot of guys who come into MMA, they didn't as well. That's probably how they reached coming to MMA anyway. Is from they're like, man, this kind of sucks. So I'm gonna learn how to fight. Figure something out. That's where we got a lot of fighters in our gym who are really good, and the whole family thing has helped them a lot. From being in trouble, or we got guys who just got out of prison, and it's the gym helps them stay out of trouble, and it's a cool environment. The gyms, if people never train, they would never understand the environment. Like I try and explain
Yeah.
it to my wife because she doesn't train and she doesn't understand. She's like, how can you spend so much time with them? She's like, you train with them, you go out with them. I'm like, because they're my boys, At the end of the day,
Right.
it's my family, Like
Yeah.
I don't really have very many friends outside of the gym. I got like one or two outside the gym.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but if I can't talk fighting or jujitsu, it's like I really probably can't relate with you too much because that's like the only thing I know. That and laying
Man,
clap.
that is the 100% truth, man. I am the same way. Like the guys I train with, I talk to every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day, dude. And yeah, if I didn't have them to talk to, I would be just sitting around just like
Yep.
I don't know what else to talk about. Like if it's not like, comics and anime or or nerdy stuff or jujitsu, I got nothing for you.
Yeah, me neither. We'll be talking like oh man, I can't remember how the conversation went. Someone was talking to me, I think it was like about a recipe or something, and I was like, dude, you lost me. Like, I don't know. Google. I'm just like Google. But jujitsu, I'm like, I'll explain it to you. But anything else, Google.
Right. Nah, I think it's funny because I think my wife was like that too. Because before she started like training, she would be like, I'll hang, we'll train all week and then we'll go hang out, and she'd be like, "You hang out with them again?" Yeah. But now that she trains and she sees how committed I am to the gym and the people that I train with, she's like, "Okay, I see it now. I see why."
It's like a bond that can't be broken,
Can't, man. Yeah,
It's
because
like,
like you said, you spend so much time with these guys, you can't help but build a bond with them.
and like I said, our gym is super intense. So like all the time we'll have guys, crying or bleeding, and you're there for them, especially when guys have fights coming up. Like we got, like I said, we have those 5-6 people fighting at Worlds this weekend, and then the weekend after that, on the 11th, August 11th, here in our hometown, we have like 7 or 8 people fighting. And when it becomes like fight week or fight month, things get really, really intense. There's no more games. There's no more laughing or playing. It's all 100%. If you're getting tired in the gym, you're gonna get tired in the cage. So we're training hard, and we've had people, breaking down because it's just taxing, and it's nice to have your people there to pick you up, make you not quit.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you are who you surround yourself with,
Oh yeah.
Because like
for
we
sure.
had 2 guys sparring the other day, 2 really good guys who are both fighting coming up, and they were hard sparring pretty good. And first guy got hit with a body shot, he dropped, and we're all and like, everyone's training, and then once these 2 started sparring, everyone just quit, and it was just all eyes on them, like a fight, And one got dropped with a body shot. We were all cheering him on to get up. He gets up, drops the other guy with a body shot. Same thing. It's just back and forth, and it's nice. And then we've had, people MMA sparring start crying, but it's just don't quit, But the brotherhood, to have the people there with you is nice. I think a lot of gyms are too much in it for like the money than the people in the gym itself,
Mm-hmm.
It's like our coach, like if you're short your monthly dues, he's cool. He's like, hey, just get it to me when you can. I'd rather you be here than you not be here. It's
Right.
nice having that kind of environment.
Yeah, my
Then
instructor, he's definitely the same way.
yeah, instead of like, oh, you can't pay, like then don't come. Come when you can pay. Like he'll never do that to you.
Yeah, then they don't come back.
Yeah. It's like, am
Yeah,
I part of the family or not? Jiu-jitsu is just a cult. That's all it is.
It is. It is. I mean, it's at this point, it can be openly admitted. It's a cult. It's a cult, man. Because, like I said, what other place can you go, put on a bathrobe, and try to choke each other,
and then go have some drinks afterwards?
Right. Exactly. Because
Like,
like the guys I train, like no, the guys I train, like my instructor, we've worked together. I still work for this, I still work with him. Um, you know, uh, some other guys, like I said, we talk every day. We've been in those vulnerable situations, in life and in the gym where we've seen each other in our highest, we've seen each other in our lowest,
mhm.
and it's like, dang man, who else in the trenches? Who would you want to be with?
Yeah, man. My coach Aaron, he's awesome, man. Because we've had guys who are homeless, guys with no food. He's bought them food. He's let them sleep in the gym for months at a time. Like he said something here recently that like I've never heard before, and I really liked it. Like he always has these speeches, that pep you up real good or make you cry. It just depends what mood you're in. And
Mm-hmm.
he said we say the quiet things loudly, and that I was like, man, I never really thought about it like that.
Hmm.
Don't carry that weight on your shoulder alone.
Right.
So I
Man,
really I really like that. Like I
I
said,
like that.
he's kind of like your coach. It sounds like if you're in a bad spot, he's going to help you out. You don't got to tell everyone, but don't struggle alone.
Yeah, for sure.
And
And
it's
they
nice.
know.
It's nice having people in your corner like that.
Definitely, definitely. Because I think I wouldn't. I don't think I would have stayed at this school this long if that dynamic wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
That family dynamic. Because it's like, um, I've been trained at the same school for the past 6 years. My daughter calls our people we train with uncles. That's my uncle
Mm-hmm.
Brian. That's my uncle Adam. Uncle Zach and stuff like that. And
We might train at the
I've
same place, man.
that's
Our
what I'm
gym's the
saying.
same way.
Same way, but and I've heard of like those gyms that don't have that dynamic where the instructor don't even know majority of their students, and
Mm-hmm.
or they wouldn't know necessarily, like, yeah, like you said, if they don't have the rent, then they can't train.
Yeah, they're just there for the money.
Yeah, because
You know.
I can count. There's been times where I'm like, hey, I ain't gonna be able to make it to class. I can't handle a month this. I can't handle the tuition this month. Man, bring your ass to class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bring your ass to class.
Yeah. It's
So
like the only thing he expects if you're not going to pay your gym dues is when you're at the gym, like you're at the gym, you're pushing
yeah,
100%. There's no quit, no quit.
right. Like
That's I
don't just
like.
just show up. Like, no, you gonna come in. You gonna be here. Be here.
Like we're right now. I think we're like in one of the best spots we've been in a while with fighters. We got some really good fighters coming out, especially jiu-jitsu wise too. Like Matthew Hunter, Tyler Morgan, me. Like I think jiu-jitsu wise, the three of us probably going to push it pretty hard, try and get Arkansas on the map a little bit for jiu-jitsu, because right now it just feels like Austin, Texas, New Jersey. Let some of these promotions be like, hey, maybe not locals anymore. Let us
I'm
try.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to hear that because I am the same way, man. Like I've been doing this podcast. I love it. I love talking to the people that I've met, and whatever I can to bring jujitsu to the forefront in any type of way, I'm here for it.
There we go. I'm back.
All right.
She has my phone and it's messing up, so she's getting mad.
Yeah, I can hear my kids kind of running around. Like my wife will text like, "Are you recording today?" Like, "Yep." She's like, "Okay, I'll keep the kids downstairs."
Mhm.
So
You can hear
trust
she's
me,
getting
I
mad.
understand.
But
All right, so Michael, man, we got a staple here at Talk Your Jits podcast, man. We ask everybody that comes onto the show, your top three people your top three people you would love to roll with.
oh man, like just to have some rolls with.
Yeah,
Oh man, I think Craig Jones for sure, just because he's hilarious. And
yeah.
then we're gonna go Gary Tonin because I think that'd be a fun one. Yeah, I mean he's gonna smoke me, but it'd be fun. Then Jeff Glover because he's another funny dude too. I think those three would be
Man,
fun.
that's three names I haven't heard yet.
Yeah, those guys would be real fun to roll with.
Oh
I
yeah,
think so.
oh yeah.
And they're all three pretty funny. So
Good conversation doing good conversation doing a roll. Oh
Yeah, I talk a lot during rolling. Hold on, sorry
Oh,
about that.
you got to.
Look, Craig Jones, that's a funny dude. That'd be one conversation right there. I actually had a guy on that BJJ Fanatics post you're talking about comment. I grappled with him, and he was talking about how I talk the whole time. And I was like, lucky it's not IBJJF because I'd have been disqualified. I'm constantly talking, but it's like quiet enough where they're not going to think it's a verbal tap, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I like to mess with people like I'll be in bottom, you know, working. I'm probably working towards a leg. That's where I'm always working towards. And they'll be holding me, and I'll be like, "Oh man, you're so strong," you know.
I know, right? Like, man, what are they feeding you?
My last super fight, you know, it's just one big mat, and they had all them lights shining down, and I was on my back, and I was in his guard, and like, no, he was in my guard. Sorry, and he was just holding my biceps above my head, and I'm like, "Hey, man, do you mind if we switch places? If you get on bottom for a minute, these lights are so bright." You know, he started laughing. Every time you watch any video of me competing, you'll see me and my opponent laughing. It's probably because I said something.
He said, "Can we switch, man? These lights are killing me."
Yeah. I was working for a heel hook, and I was digging for it, and I was like, I'm gonna get it, you know, and I got it. I don't think he liked that too much. My coach always tells me I need to quit talking, but he tells me I need to quit. Yeah, but I feel like it's just a part of my personality at this point.
Oh yeah, because I've been there's been so many times I would be rolling with someone and we're like close here, and I'm like, "Ooh, you smell nice."
Yeah. I'm like, man, you smell good.
You smell good. Like, did you eat today? How was your day?
My favorite though is, oh God, you're so strong. It's my favorite. Or sometimes I'll just be laying there and I'll be like, just like a sigh, you know. That usually gets people laughing. I don't even know why I do it. I'll do it when I'm rolling with my coach Jason. He's like, "Why do you always do that?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. It just comes out. It's a little bit of my soul leaving me every time I get stuck in side control."
Like, it can get like some of the conversation can get a little sadistic, but yeah, it's just so fun, man. Just hearing people reaction, or like I'll start singing, start singing random songs, or whatever. But no, it's fun.
Tell you, we train exactly the same. Tell you.
I know. I was just about to say, like, we literally have the same school.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
whenever I get a chance to come visit, man, it'd be awesome. It'd feel right at home.
Yeah, if you ever make it down to Arkansas, man, you come try it out. It's a little hot, but depending when you come in springtime, it ain't that bad.
Gotcha. Now I do have plans, man. There's a lot of people that I've talked to, and a lot of schools I've been invited to, so I'm trying to figure out ways I can, hit a lot of these schools one day. But oh yeah,
home of Walmart.
This is getting longer.
You can come visit the Walmart museum. You think I'm joking? We really got one.
Oh God, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Michael,
we got a Walmart on every corner.
I'm gonna say we used to, but no, we don't have as many. Or they're not 24 hours anymore. That's what sucks.
Yeah, we don't either.
That sucks.
You got 16 Walmarts, but they're not 24 hours, 24/7.
Tragedy. Miss those days. Anywho, Michael, unless you got any more questions for me, man, I would love to. You tell everybody what you got coming up for you, your school, man. Shout them out. Plug whatever you need, man. The floor is all yours.
Yeah. So August 5th, we got. Oh man, I think Xander, Ariana, Annika, Ryan, Zion, and one more person. Oh man, they're gonna be mad at me because I forgot them. Or maybe I got them all. I don't know. They're fighting for the world championship in kickboxing in Atlanta. They're probably going to win that, I'm sure. And then August 11th, we have, 6 or 7 people fighting in our hometown, Rogers, for Northwest Fighting Alliance. So that's going to be a pretty awesome show there. And then me personally, August 19th, I'll be in Hernando, Mississippi, competing for Summit Grappling for my 5th super fight. Hopefully my first absolute win, though. I can win my singles match. I'm just trying to win the absolute,
Right.
And then after that, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out from there. It'll be more, but I just don't know what.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna be more. Definitely gonna be more, man. I'm excited to see what you do, man. You know, bring Rogers, Arkansas to the forefront.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Arkansas on a whole, like I said, we got Bryce Mitchell. He started it, but jujitsu wise, I'm trying to help that out a bit. It's just all about, like we talked about, getting meeting the right person or just having the right person see a video.
Yeah,
Like, hey, it'd be
that's all
pretty
it
neat
takes,
to have
man.
that guy come on. Like I said, I'm always ready. If anyone listens to this, I'm always ready.
So y'all hear
165
it,
pounds, I'll
man.
be there.
Michael is ready. He will travel. You gotta worry about paying. Just give
Yeah,
him
nothing.
a
I'll be
place to
there.
fight. Just give him a place to fight.
You just put someone in front of me. Win or lose, I'll be there.
Well, man, I wish you and your squad, man, the best of luck, man. I'll definitely be keeping up with you and hearing how your fights go, man.
Who knows? Maybe I'll be on here again, and next time it'll be world famous, right?
Oh yeah, hey, look, we're gonna see, we're gonna set it in stone right here. So when you come next time,
Harry and Jeff went.
I know, right? But man, that's the end of today's episode. I would love to thank Michael one more time for coming on and sharing his experiences with us. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please go and follow our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube page to stay up to date on all future episodes. This has been Talk Your Jits podcast. Keep rolling, keep grinding, and remember, long live Jiu-Jitsu. Have a great day.
Thank you.